everyone, and welcome back to a new video. I always get questions about different products and how they compare to each other. Sometimes it's between Mary Kay line and another, brand. Sometimes it's just the same product, maybe a translucent powder or whatever, how they compare to each other, if one is cheaper than the other, try to find dupes. And I'm going to get rid of one of the products that I'm going to share with you today. So I decided before I get rid of them, I wanted to compare them and share with you my opinion and my experience with this product. And then I can get rid of one of the formulas, and then you know everything that you need to know before purchasing one or the other. What I'm talking about today are the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. They retail for $2.99, and in the Target website where I check out and usually purchase mine from whenever I can find them in stores, and they had only 5 colors. But if they had more colors, I'm going to put some kind of a screenshot or something so you can see the different colors that you'll find on the Wet n Wild website. Now, I found that the new formula is $2.99 pretty much everywhere, but the old formula, they're popping up in different discount stores for around 99 cents. So I thought it would be appropriate to let you know the differences so you can decide which one is going to be the best one for you. Now, when they reformulated or when they upgraded these blushes, I am really happy that they only changed the formula, because I do really like the new formula better than the old formula. The packaging, it's the same. Maybe the plastic, the clear plastic on the new formula is a little bit better, or it's a little bit more transparent, or it doesn't really scratch that much. But I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. So it's not like they were trying to remarket something that they already had in their shelves. This is actually a new formula, and they didn't want to trick you into buy it by changing the color or changing something in the packaging. What they actually did is improve the formula, which in my eyes, it's all that matters. So the ingredients, you will see that they are completely different. At least the first one, which is one of the most important ones in a makeup product. The new formula, the number one ingredient, it's mica, and the old formula is talc. Now, mica and talc, they are pretty much in the same kind of blendability and properties that you will find in different makeup products, and they're very common in makeup products. However, doing a little bit more research, I realized that the mica powder, it's a little bit more blendable, soft and creamier than talc. And that's what's going to show when you do a swatch on each one of these blushes. You will realize that the new formula, it's really more blendable and creamier than the old formula, that it's a little bit more powdery and maybe harder than the new one. Now, how's that going to affect you? Well, the rest of the ingredients, they're switched a little bit. Some, they changed the order, which means that they have less if they're going more to the bottom. Some other ones went up, so it means that it has more of that. So it's changing a little bit of the formula with all the changes that they did. But the number one thing is the change for mica instead of talc as a first ingredient. Now, you're probably wondering, what do I care, the first ingredient? Well, that's going to make a huge difference when you're trying to apply it to your face. How is that going to affect you? Well, I used them for a month. I used the old formula in the right side of my face, and I used the new formula on the left side. And what I did is just compare side by side. At the end of the day, both of the formulas lasted the same amount of time, but the application was completely different. When I used the older formula, I needed to apply with a stiffer brush so I could control where it goes. Since it's a little bit more powdery, I didn't want to end up with blush all over my face. And on the other side, I didn't really have to use a denser blush. I could go in with my blush brush and it will blend perfectly in the first try. With this one, I would have to go with a stiff brush, and then I would have to go with a blending brush, and that was a two-step process that I could totally skip when I used the newer formula, because again, it's more blendable, more creamy, and you will, I mean, this one's a little bit more patchy as well, so you do have to take the time to blend it more than the new formula. Does that mean that you cannot get the same results? No, not really. It just means that when you apply it, you either have to spend a little bit more time, or maybe you don't care how blotchy or how dark or how uneven it is. But this is based on my experience. I always like my blush to be something that will make my cheeks look better and not be the star of the show and be like, oh, she's wearing blush. So for me, blendability and how it actually melts into the rest of the makeup that I'm wearing for the rest of the day, it's going to be something important and something that I had to take more time if I wanted to do it with the older formula compared to the newer formula. So that is totally up to you, whatever you want to do or how much time you want to spend in the morning. But in my opinion, if you ask me which one should I buy, the old formula or the new formula, I would say the new formula. The $2.99 is not that expensive. You will get better results. So I hope that this information helps you decide which one is going to be the best one for you. So, thanks again for watching this video. I hope that you enjoy it, and I will see you on my next one.